In this week's Sunday Spotlight, and in honor of Black History Month, we're highlighting a retired educator. But he's not just any teacher. He became the first black male kindergarten teacher in the Uniontown School District in 1972. His name is Elwin Dickerson, and he's here to tell us about his rocky start and rewarding finish at Craig Elementary School. Good morning, Elwin.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Happy to have you on. And so you were a kindergarten teacher at Craig Elementary School, which are now apartments, but taking on that role was not easy. So tell us what happened.
Well, what happened was my journey towards becoming a kindergarten teacher was very difficult. Many people thought that it was unusual for a big black man to become a kindergarten teacher. So there are lots of obstacles put in my way. I struggled through teaching I struggled through my coursework because my professors didn't want me there. I struggled through getting a job because no one thought a big black male kindergarten teacher was appropriate for those kids. So I struggled, but because of Uniontown Area School District's foresightfulness, they hired me, and I was able to get there.
Yeah, and you kept moving forward, and then eventually there was a change of heart where parents and children fell in love with you and your creative teaching styles to the point where you even made it into the newspaper.
Yes. Well, that was when we built the rocket ship. but before that, I was petitioned out of one school. The neighborhood didn't want me there. They thought, again, it was just not appropriate for me to be there. So I was without a job, without a placement, until they found one for me at Craig School. And it was too early in the year for them to know I was coming. So they couldn't petition me out at school. And by the time I'd been there for a month or so, everyone accepted me, things calmed down. I got to become the teacher that I was meant to be.
That's right, Elwin. So tell us about your creative teaching style. I saw you were in the newspaper. You created that bus with the students.
The Columbus.
Yes.
Yeah, that was our social studies program where we traveled from state to state to find out what was there. This is for my kindergarten kids. That picture there shows our Halloween costume where the students got to march and parade with that. Also, we learned about writing checks and using credit cards and buying things. We walked to the grocery store at the corner and bought bubble gum and walked back home. Chewing bubble gum. We met all the parents of the kids in the neighborhood. We walked. I even got a marriage proposal once from a single mother. They wanted to know if I was married.
They loved you that much.
Yeah.
And clearly.
But after 15 years of teaching there, I moved on to the university teaching. But the area parents heard about that, and they wanted to raise money to keep me there at the Uniontown Area School District for the rest of my life, I guess. But I moved on, and when I moved on to teach at the university, I had students I had in kindergarten follow me there.
Oh my God!
And wanted to sit in my classrooms again. So it was quite honoring, I think.
Definitely. Clearly, you left an impact to the point where you're still in contact with some of your students today. You have your student who's a chiropractor. You just went to the dentist. You know that student?
Yeah. That's my buddy Skip. Yeah. He's the one that said, "Oh, I wish I had you for kindergarten." I saw all the fun that the kids were having the year after I left kindergarten, and I so wanted to be in your classroom, but he couldn't. And then my physical therapist was one of my students. That's my chiropractor, Craig, and the poster behind him there over his left shoulder was the poster I put together of all the drawings that the kids had made of me when I was in that class.
I love to see that those connections have grown. What difference do you think? What difference do you think you made in their lives as their teacher?
Well, for many of the students, they hadn't been that close to an African American. So I was able to quell their sensitivities and help them through the fact that just because I look different doesn't mean I was different. And they showed them that I could love and teach them from their own background. And so the impact remains. I still remain in contact with many of those kids, adults now, they're in their 50s. And they're always saying that I was the most influential teacher they've ever had because of that. Yeah, those are my kiddies right there.
Yes, I believe it. I love to see the then and now pictures. So as a teacher, you're teaching so many lessons, right? But what do you hope was the greatest lesson they took away from you?
Acceptance. Acceptance as to what somebody is, and not what they look like, and not stories they had heard about. So just receive this person as they are, and make up your own mind. And I was enabled to do that. I always wondered what my name had to do with my life, and I discovered that when I was looking for names for my own children, and I came across the Elwin. Elwin means friend of the little people.
Wow.
I became who I was meant to be.
Yes, that is exactly right. And acceptance is so important. It's a life lesson we should all follow. Thank you so much, Elwin, for the impact that you've made and for coming on this morning and sharing your story.
Thank you, Brianna. I hope to get together again soon, maybe.
Yes, definitely. I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. And Elwin's teaching career didn't end there. He went back to get his doctorate from West Virginia University. Then he became a professor for early childhood education at California University. He's been retired now for 16 years, and of course he misses teaching, but now he gets to see his students live their dreams. And if you want us to spotlight an organization or a person doing good work in the community, just reach out to me. You can contact me on Twitter and Facebook at Brianna Smith News, or by email at spotlight@kdk.com. And then we'll be able to show you another wonderful organization changing lives throughout our area.